lovely people. Welcome to English Lessons Online. In today's lesson, we shall be discussing speech writing. Speech writing is an essential part of the Wassce English language paper. Please, if you have not subscribed to this channel, kindly click the red button to subscribe and press the notification bell beside it to get notified when we upload a new video. Let's get right into today's lesson. We shall begin this lesson by looking at what a speech is. A speech is simply a formal address or discourse that a person gives to an audience. The purpose of a speech is determined by the type of occasion being held. Thus, different occasions call for different speeches. Here are some examples of occasions that students may be asked to write speeches. A school's prize-giving day, a farewell party, homecoming of Old Students Association. Now let us look at the features of speech writing. Though we have informal and formal speech, the Wassce English language paper generally often requires students to write a formal speech. Therefore, the language used should be formal. However, if the speech is to be delivered to students, then the contracted forms of the verb can be used. These are the formal features of speech writing: title, opening greetings, introduction, body, and conclusion. Now let's discuss each of these features in detail. Title. The title usually indicates the speaker, the occasion on which the speech is being made, as well as the place and date on which the speech was made. So the title basically includes the name of the speaker, the occasion or topic, place, and date, in no particular order. This is a past question, that is Wassce June 2013. On speech writing. As a senior prefect of your school, write the speech you would deliver to first-year students on how to manage their time. Let us write a title for this question. Speech delivered by the senior prefect, Master John Mensah, at the Assembly Hall to first-year students on time management on August 21, 2022. In this title, we can see the name of the writer or the speaker, which is Master John Mensah. The venue is the Assembly Hall, and the speech was delivered to first-year students on the topic time management. The date is August 21, 2022. This is an example of a title. The next thing after the title is opening address or address of vocatives. Opening address or address of vocatives. A speech usually begins with an address of those present, that is, the audience. The audience is usually addressed in order of their importance. That is, the address begins from the highest personality to the lowest. When giving the address, show your appreciation for the opportunity given to you to speak and mention the topic you are to speak on. The address for formal speeches begins with Mr. Chairman or Madam Chairperson and ends with ladies and gentlemen. Please take note, the address of vocatives is dependent on the occasion and the people present. Let's take a look at the question again and see how we can write our opening greetings. As a senior prefect of your school, write the speech you would deliver to first-year students on how to manage their time. Here is an example of an opening greeting for the question we just read. Mr. Chairman, Headmaster and staff members, invited guests, fellow prefects, students, ladies and gentlemen, I feel greatly honored to be given the opportunity to speak to our first-year students who have just joined us on how to manage their time. Let us take note of some few things in the opening address. The address of each personality begins with a capital letter. So make sure you capitalize the first letters of each word in the address. After ladies and gentlemen, place a comma and then go ahead and show your appreciation for the opportunity given to you to speak. This is an example of opening greetings. Introduction. The introduction comes immediately after the opening greetings. In the introduction, present the subject matter. Define or explain the topic. You may give quotation or proverb which is relevant to the topic. Then state the purpose of the speech. These are basically some of the things that go into the introduction. This is an example of an introduction for the question we just read. Time management is the effective utilization of the available time an individual has in order to get more work done. My dear first-year students, you will agree with me that for the few weeks you've spent in this school, almost every activity which takes place in the school has a specified time allotted for it, be it class lessons, dining, assembly, entertainment, etc. It is therefore obvious that as first-year students, you ought to regulate your activities and also manage your time effectively. There is a saying that time and tide waits for no man. I will therefore take this opportunity to guide you as first-year students of this school on how to manage your time effectively. In this introduction, we've explained what time management means. We've also given a quotation in relation to time management, and we've stated the purpose of the speech, which is to speak to first-year students on how to manage their time. This is basically what goes into the introduction. Now, let's look at the body. The body is where you present your main points in detail. Here, make sure you devote a paragraph to each main point. Address the audience from time to time in the course of presenting your points. However, do not address too frequently. These are the things first-year students can do in order to manage their time. So what we need to do now is to use a paragraph to talk about each of these points. So each paragraph should address each of these points. So our first paragraph in the body should talk about identify your goals. Then the second paragraph will address create a daily plan. Then the third paragraph will speak about self-discipline. So you need to use these points to form topic sentences and then develop them into paragraphs. Now let us look at the conclusion. In the conclusion, address your audience for the last time. Summarize or re-emphasize what has already been said in the main body. Give suggestions or advice. Speeches usually end with thank you. Now let's take an example of a conclusion for our past question. Mr. Chairman, headmaster and staff members, invited guests, fellow prefects, students, ladies and gentlemen, I believe that what I have said is enough to guide our first-year students to manage their time effectively and enable them achieve excellence. Thank you. The conclusion doesn't have to be long. You just need to summarize what you have already written and end it with thank you. So, this is basically how to write a speech. So remember we said a speech should have a title, opening greetings, introduction, main body, and conclusion, and it should always end with thank you. Please take note, when writing a speech in Wassce or Wassce, candidates are not penalized when they do not write the title. And do not end your speech with I am done. Make sure you end it with thank you. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. See you in our next lesson. Bye.